Hey everybody, it's Sam with Daily Sports Betting, and this is your The Basketball Tournament and PGA Golf head-to-head day 4. So, why are you getting a separate episode on this? Number one, people have been writing me. They say they forget to check the overtimenetwork.com on a day-to-day basis. Or some people are saying they don't know when I'm going to put up the bets. They have to check a couple times. They forget. They don't get the bets. And so people said, can you do separate podcasts for different sports so that we know when it drops, we get a notification where it shows up in our pod catching feed? And I said, yes, you just need to subscribe or follow to make sure you guys are getting that. So a lot of people were then saying, don't make one episode per day. Is it that hard to split the sports up? Because sometimes I don't want to listen to 30 bets about baseball to get my 2 bets on soccer. And I said, yeah, as long as I have the time and I can, get it out with my podcast host. So it looks like I'm going to do these and make them shorter tidbits in the sports that you guys want. Some of you are really enjoying um, either fading me, which is what I've been hearing, uh, on the basketball tournament, the TBT, because, whew, guys, I've been bad. On Saturday, let's talk Saturday. Had a great Saturday, 17 and 15 on soccer bets, but since a lot of those were plus money, definitely ahead there. We were 5-0 on PGA golf bets head to head, and that's what you're getting also in this episode. We were 3-5 though on the basketball tournament, and then we were 16-8 in 2 ties in Major League Baseball. So yesterday we were 41, 28 losses, and 2 ties for 58%. So you guys know that the basketball tournament been struggling, but there's been some weird things going on with some teams, certain players only playing a certain number of minutes. There have been some teams, they don't care if they're blowing someone out by 20. Other teams wanting to get the other players in the game when they're doing a blowout. Then it ends up right around the spread line. And so it's really irked me. But I'm upping it today. We're going to go 12 bets on the basketball tournament today. So at noon, you've got Fully Loaded versus the Buccaneers. No, some people were questioning whether this was the West Virginia college basketball team. No. The alumni from WVU are on beat or best Virginia. So the Buccaneers, I want to say they may have one WVU player or one West Virginia player. Not 100% sure. I'm taking Fully Loaded though, plus 7.5 points at minus 115. Why? I don't think the Buccaneers, I think they'll win. I don't think they're going to cover the spread. I think this is going to be a little bit closer game. I am going to go over 140 and a half at minus 115. Guys, you can expect the basketball tournament, the TBT, whatever you guys want to call it, score ranges for a slowdown team or a team that doesn't shoot real well. You're going to see them fix the over under between 140, 144, somewhere around there. So a lot of times when they put it on the lower side, the 140 side, you're going to see me go over. because more than likely they probably will. For the higher shooting teams, they've been placing it between 150, 156, somewhere around there. So with this one being at 140 and a half, I'm obviously going over. The 1 o'clock game, you've got the Athletics Miami versus the money team. Guys, I really wanted to get involved with the money team. And maybe next round I will. Because I do think that they're going to win. Again, I just don't think that they are going to beat them by 12 because that's the spread on this one. And even though I know the money team is favored and have been looking really good, I just I I have a funny feeling they are a team that wants to play all their players. I think this one stays under 156 and a half at minus 115. 3 o'clock, you got the City team versus the Red Scare. Guys, I'm going to take the Red Scare on this one. They've got some shooters. We're going to go minus 7.5 at minus 115. Going over the 145.5 at minus 115. Normally, I would go under on this one, but because of the Red Scare shooters, going over. 5 o'clock, you've got the Founding Fathers versus Heard That, which is Marshall University's team. Guys, Heard That has, I guess for the last 2, possibly 3 years, they've put a scare in some people just because they're 3-point shooting. It's not just their overall shooting, it's specifically their 3-point shooting. I believe it was John Elmore that plays for Heard That had like 7 threes last year. So I'm going with Heard That at minus 5.5 points. I think they take care of that easily at minus 115. However, I'm going to go under the 153.5 mark. I don't think these two teams will get up there. I think they're good enough defensively. They hold the score down some. 7 o'clock, you've got Virginia Dream versus Best Virginia. Like I told you earlier, Best Virginia is the West Virginia, the WVU team. They have also been known to get hot and shoot the lights out. However, I look for their press and they're getting it up and down when they get a rebound to be a more deciding factor in this one. I am going to take Best Virginia at the minus 10.5. I'm a little nervous about it, so I wouldn't blame you if you want to fade me or not bet this one. But I really believe in this Best Virginia, and I think this one goes flying over because it's going to be played at such a fast-paced speed. Over 142.5 at minus 115. And then at 9 o'clock, we've got Ohio 1804 taking on the Golden Eagles. Guys, I'm looking at my notes. I'm sorry, I paused. I think the Golden Eagles possibly do win this one. I don't think they're going to cover the spread. I think this game's going to be closer than what we think. I actually am kind of wondering if Ohio 1804 has enough in their tank to really win this game. So I'm kind of on the fence about it, but we're going to go Ohio 1804 plus 9.5 points minus 115, but I think these two teams stay under 154.5 at minus 115 also because, guys, I don't think they shoot the ball well enough, both teams combined. So that's where we stand with the basketball tournament, the TBT. I want to give you guys out some PGA golf bets for day 4 of the 3M Open, I have been having pretty good success overall for the month of July. We are 31 and 20 with 8 ties on the PGA Golf Tour. Really been playing these just since last week. This 3M has been a little tougher to handicap because the players that are playing in it are not popular golfers that I normally follow. And we've had some young guns almost come up and actually they've shocked some people. So what I'm going to be doing is give you the tee time, the time before you need to make your bets. And then I'm going to give you the two players that are going head to head, tell you who I am picking for that round. Some people got confused last week and kind of tried to blame it on me. They were picking whoever was ahead in the tournament. As you really need to watch, this is for the round. This is head to head day 4 only. This is not for the tournament. So you don't want to look at the tournament. You want to look at each round's scores. And you want to look at like last week or compare them to other golf courses, which is why it's a little bit harder to play head to head for the simple fact you've got to take that into consideration. Do you have a guy that maybe is on the leaderboard going to crack, not have a good day for? Well, you obviously don't want to bet him because he's in the top 5 or whatever if you think he's going to falter. So that's what you've got to be looking at. So we're going to take a chalky play to get us started. 9:30. We're going to take Marcus Armitage minus 300 versus Robin Peterson. Yes, like I said, it's chalk. It's to get us on the winner's board. Give us some money. 9:40. We're going to take Robert McIntyre minus 217 versus Angel Hidalgo. 10 o'clock, we're going to take Grant Forrest minus 132 versus Richard Stern. 10:38, Kelly Craft versus Michael Thompson minus 132. 10:49, Cameron Davis minus 200 versus Chase Silfert. 11:51, Adam Long versus Stuart Sink at plus 108. This is my plus money. This is my upset. 12:02, we're going to go Lee Hodges versus JT Poston, taking him minus 152. 12:13, Andrew Putnam versus Sungjae M minus 185. 12:24 is pretty much the head-to-head I always take. Tom Hogue versus Tony Finau minus 185. You guys know that when I choose Tony Finau to be in the top 10 or I choose him to go head and head, he usually wins. He usually pulls it out for me. And then 12:35, some that are worried about this bet with me taking Emilio Gano Grillo, minus 144 versus Scott Piercy. A lot of people think Grillo will choke, that he's not going to play good on Sunday. Guys, I don't agree with that. I think we do see a good round from him because he's wanting to really show that he belongs. So there's 10 bets in PGA Golf head to heads. Remember, it's Sunday only. It's not head to heads for the tournament. Guys, want to encourage you to do your own research. Like I told you earlier, you can fade me, you can bet me, you can not bet any of these. That's perfectly fine. Make sure that you are using extra money to bet. Don't be betting your house payment, your food allocation, or anything like that. If you or someone else you know feels like you have a gambling problem, please stop. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Answer their questions as honest as you possibly can so that they can get you the appropriate help, support, and guidance that you need in your local area. So, guys, I am going to be giving you a soccer episode. We've got 6 bets going on Sunday for soccer. And then right after this one, I'm going to be doing the baseball episodes, and you're going to have 30 bets in baseball tomorrow. We've got the big slate of games going into tomorrow. So, wish you guys the best of luck. I'll be talking to you soon, and hopefully, I'll see you down the road.